Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going on a trip to Chikmagalur to a place called the Coffee Bean Homestay. So this video is going to be all about Chikmagalur and also about the place. We'll be taking the Hassan Highway and we'll be stopping for breakfast on Swati Delicacies. I was supposed to start at 6 but it's already 7 in the morning, late by 1 hour. So without any further delay, let's get on the road.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
We stopped at the Swati Delicacy for the breakfast today. Had a masala dosa and a dip vada. I really like the sambar here, but must warn you, there's a lot of crowd. So there is another restaurant just opposite to it, which is called Food Court. Maybe if you're in a hurry, maybe you can have it there. But Swati Delicacies is good. He's got an extra hall also on the left side of the building.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And
Hey, so finally we reached this beautiful Coffee Bean Homestay, which is roughly around 270 kilometers from Bangalore, and it took us around 5.5 hours to reach this place, including a pit stop for breakfast. And the first thing which you notice is this beautiful 360 view from here, and there's ample of space for parking. And being in this coffee estate, there's the benefits is you get to see the entire process, how the coffee is being made, and I can see some coffee beans which are being dried here. So let's have a closer look of. I'm not sure if they are what kind of beans, if they are Robusta or Arabica, but we'll soon find it out. This is the main entrance, and the red building which you see behind is where the owner lives, and also this is where the dining and the kitchen is situated. As you enter, you see these beautiful Cinderella flowers dangling. I think it makes it a beautiful entrance.
As you enter, you can see on the left side is the dining hall. It's a nice open air dining hall. Here's some couple of more tables here.
So let's check out how the rooms look like from the outside. So as you come from the dining area, on the right side itself you find the first category of the rooms, which is called the Aroma's room. This is the first room of Aroma, and the second one is over there on the top, and that is where we are currently staying in. So basically here there are 4 categories of room. One is the Aroma, and the second is the Rocks, third is Pebbles, and fourth is the Kumkuma and Archana, which I'm going down to show to you. So here basically you're not charged based on the rooms, rather you're charged per person. As you can see, this is the entrance of Kumkuma and Archana. So as I was saying, for each person it costs around 3,000 rupees, which includes the stay as well as all the 3 meals. So it doesn't matter which room you choose, it is going to cost you the same. All the details of the Coffee Bean Homestay as well as the prices per person for the adult as well as the children would be in the description. So do have a look. The Rock and Pebbles rooms are amidst the coffee plantation itself, which are really nice. And this is the second room of Aroma. As I said, this is where we are currently staying in. It's got an old traditional kind of door attached to it, which is really nice.
Out what's there for the lunch today. We got some yam or potato fry, some papads here, cucumber salad, kosamri, some hot chapatis, got some beetroot. We got some lady's finger curry. Got some palau kind of rice. We got some raita. Got some plain rice. And I think this must be some palak curry, spinach curry, palak saru, curd. And there's some non-veg section also. This is the egg curry. And we have some chicken over here. This is for today's lunch.
So it's day 2, and this is the beautiful view in the morning which we wake up to, and all the following pictures were taken in the morning. So basically on day 1 post lunch we decided not to go out anywhere and rather relax in the homestay itself. In the evening they had arranged for some bonfire and music with some wine tasting. There were 3 kinds of wine, grape wine, coffee liquor, and interestingly betel leaf wine too. The dinner was good, it was of Malnad style. So today on day 2 we'll first have a cup of coffee and then head out for a tour in the estate.
Okay, we start with the plantation tour in the morning. Dilip is the manager. He's taking around us for the plantation tour.
Pepper ಇದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ವೈಟ್ ಎರಡೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ವೈಟ್ ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್, ವಿತ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೆಪ್ಪರ್ ಹಾಕೋದು. ಇದು ಬಂದು ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಉಕ್. ಅರಬಿಕಾ ಕಾಫಿ. ಕಾಫಿಲೇ 3 ವೆರೈಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅರಬಿಕಾ, ರೋಬಸ್ಟಾ, ಕಾವೇರಿ ಮೈನ್ ಇರೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನು ಚಂದ್ರಗಿರಿ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಬಂದು ಅರಬಿಕಾ ಕಾಫಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅರಬಿಕಾನೇ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೀನು ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕಾಫಿಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಕಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯೂರ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬೀನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕಾಫಿ ವುಡ್ ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ. ಇದು ರೋಬಸ್ಟಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು. ಬೀನ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಗಿಡ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
So Mr. Dilip was saying that the Arabica coffee is what is primarily grown in this estate, and also this is what is popular in Chikmagalur itself. Here we can see that the coffee workers plucking the coffee fruits, especially the red colored ones. And talking about the tour itself, I think it was very informative, and we get to see up close all the coffee trees and the pepper trees and the silver oak. Apart from that, it makes a refreshing walk in the nature itself, and it also definitely builds an appetite for some yummy breakfast. And the only negative thing would be that the leeches kept climbing on us during the entire trip, so we had to keep removing them. So I would highly recommend you to get some gumboots if you're planning to come for this tour, or even when you're visiting Chikmagalur, especially in the rainy season. And that brings us to the end of this plantation tour. So let's have a look at the process, how the coffee beans are extracted from the coffee fruits. Now we do know that the coffee fruits are harvested during the November and December months, and they're brought into this pit, and they're sent down into another pit along with some water. So what happens is the coffee fruits which have some beans in them, whether it's a single bean or double bean, go to the bottom of the pit and they get pumped into another machine where they get washed. Whereas the other fruits which do not have beans in them, they stay afloat on the top of the water, and they are removed using the plastic baskets, as you can see here. So this is how they separate the fruits which have beans and which do not have. So this is where the coffee fruits which have beans in them get pumped into. As you can see, there's a lot of froth coming out. That is because there's a lot of sweet gum on the skin of the fruit itself, and that is why it is very important to wash the fruits thoroughly even before the beans are extracted from them. And that is what is exactly happening here. As you can see, the beans come out here, which are completely washed out, and then they are further sent into another extractor, and that is where the beans are finally extracted from the fruit pulp itself. And then they're sent into another washer. That's because the beans also have some sticky substance, and this washer removes them. And voila, finally we have the beans, which is ready for drying and roasting. So we're off to a place now called the Shooting Spot, which was suggested by the owners itself. As the name suggests, a lot of movies are being shot here because for its scenic view. So let's go check it out. Wow, what an amazing place this is. So this place is called the Shooting Spot, which was hardly 3 kilometers from our homestay. Have a look at this beautiful 360 view. You can see all the hills around. I would recommend this place to anyone. There's hardly any crowd here. Very peaceful. Be it a family, you can come and have a picnic here, enjoy the views, or if you want to do a photo shoot, or you want to do a video shoot, or if you just want to have some fun with a car like I did. So after coming back from the Shooting Spot, we had a lunch and then we headed out to Batra Tiger Reserve for a safari. It is only roughly 20 minutes from the homestay. You can either choose from the open jeep or the closed bus. They are priced differently. We chose the open jeep. We had very few sightings during our safari, so if there are any hardcore safari people who have already done it, I wouldn't recommend this place to you guys. But if you're a family with kids and you want to introduce safari to them, this will be very apt for you. There were also a couple of people who were saying they had better sightings in the morning, so you can try your luck with the morning safari. Here are some of the pictures from our safari. So it's day 3. We had our breakfast and checked out early at 10 a.m. itself to reach Bangalore early to beat the traffic. On the way in the Chikmagalur town, we stopped at Panduranga Coffee Works to pick up some coffee. And here we met Mr. Deepak. He's a wonderful gentleman and he was very happy to take us on a tour inside the factory attached to the store.
Actually, Chikmagalur breeds only in the weekend.
Correct.
That's it. You want a coffee too? Sure, why not? I'll take you.
His tour deserves a separate video itself, so I'll publish that separately. And next we were planning to go to this famous Chennakeshava temple in Belur. So we arrived at this temple and we found out there is a huge crowd inside the temple, being a Sunday. So we decided not to get inside due to the pandemic reasons, and we decided to come during a weekday to visit this temple. So on the way we stopped at Hoysala Village Resort for lunch. This resort is at Hassan. There was no specific plan to stop at this resort. It's just that we were looking for a place for lunch and we found a lot of signboards for this particular resort. So we thought we'll check this out. The resort is really beautiful. You can either choose between the buffet or the a la carte restaurant. The buffet costed around 920 plus taxes for both veg and non-veg. Keeping time in mind, we choose the a la carte restaurant. On today's special board, we noticed that there was neer dosa and akhi roti, so we were very excited. But when we sat in the a la carte restaurant and ordered for it, that they said it's available only in the buffet. So we were kind of disappointed. But otherwise, we ordered the soup, starter and regular roti curry, which was good. And the restrooms were also very clean and hygiene. So if you're looking for a good place to stop for food and a good restroom, this is definitely a good choice.
We come to the end of this trip. Talking about the property itself, the Coffee Bean Homestay is really beautiful, as you've seen in the videos. The owners also have been very active. They constantly keep checking with you if everything is okay and if you have any special requests. Talking about the rooms were quite simple but spacious and clean. Sorry I could not show you how each room looks like. That's because I lost some videos due to a technical glitch. So overall, the Coffee Bean Homestay has really been good. It's definitely not going to blow a hole in your pocket. As I said, it costs per person around 3,000 rupees. It is for the stay as well as for all the 3 meals. They also do provide snacks in the evening, and of course coffee and tea both in the morning as well as in the evening. So if you guys enjoyed the video, do like it, share and subscribe. Until next time, ciao, bye bye.